You're up, Commissioner.
All right, we're in session, and I don't see any changes to the agenda.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we keep the agenda as posted.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, Nancy, you're up first.
Nancy Allen, Deputy Clerk. What you have before you is a letter to assign me as the administrator for SAM.gov. It is a federal website that entities must register on in order to do business with the federal government, either by contract or, in our case, grants. And the site is also used to check for any debarment. So if we have a vendor that we're using federal dollars for, we would check to make sure that they are not suspended or barred from doing business with the federal government. So with Michelle's exit, she was the entity administrator. We need to assign somebody else, which we're requesting me, so that when we have to renew this every year in September, so.
Well, Michelle kept me out of trouble a lot, so you got big shoes to fill.
Are you anticipating this just being temporary till we replace a Michelle, or are you anticipating this being long-term?
We hadn't really discussed that, but probably just keep it long-term.
Okay.
That particular part of it won't be a whole lot of work. It's just making sure that we keep our registration up to date, so.
Okay. Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve appointing Nancy Allen as the entity administrator for SAM.gov.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Let's go ahead and we'll go to resolutions. Resolution number 2023-35, destruction of auditing files, and resolution 2023-36, order to reallocate funds in the coroner's budget.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve resolution 2023-35 and -36 as presented.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next, we have tax cancellation request from our assessor, Anita Hymas. Any questions on them?
Nope. Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the tax cancellation request as presented.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Next, we have, it's not a tax cancellation, but it's the cancellation of late fees and interest. This is on Semiconductor and LA Semiconductor. If you want to
Just
say
some-
anything about that?
Yeah, just some background on that. I met with the new owners of ON, which is now LA Semiconductor, in January, and they asked for some help with late fees and interest on their tax payment, because during the transition from ON did not get them all the required paperwork, so they didn't know the taxes were there. I mean, they thought ON had paid those taxes, but they hadn't, and so then we had a couple other issues. And so I thought as a way of welcoming them to the area and being a good neighbor, that we would at least do that. They have made their payment in full, and they are intending to pay on a quarterly basis now. So they've talked with Jennifer and made arrangements to do some stuff like that. So that's just part of being a good neighbor this time. I gave them that one time. Talked to them about that anyway, so that's why it's before us now.
And just a little added information, the day he come in was the day actually the taxes were due.
Yes.
And they just received that information that night before. And so he'd just come in and had requested this with Jeff at that time. And
Yeah, and then they'd had a person, again with the new changes. They had their CFO leave, and so there was just a couple miscommunications along the way that caused them to do this. So that was the request, and so, Mr. Chair, I would make a motion that we agree to waive the penalties and interest as presented.
Do you have any questions?
No.
We have a motion, all in favor, say aye.
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 All right. And we have liquor license. And this one actually confused me a little bit, because actually in the packet it has rental of pavilions and facilities because of when they want to use the liquor licenses. So I called up and talked to Annie. She said, "Well, I give that information, but we have new people downstairs, so we got more information in the packet than we needed." So all we're talking about is the liquor licenses in this packet. So
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the liquor licenses as presented.
we have a motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And then the other item there is our minutes from March 1st, 2nd, and 6th.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the minutes as presented.
Have a motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I thought Jason was gonna be here.
Elections.
I'd gone and talked to him because I wanted to talk about budget preparation and discussion, and I knew that Christie was gonna be gone. What if we push that back till Thursday?
Sure.
Just to get their input as we talk about what our expectations are. And
Yeah.
I think they need to be involved with it. So if you'll get a hold of Christie so it's on the agenda for.
Yep, I'm doing it right now.
Thank you. And other than that, we are adjourned.